Welcome back to Hermitcraft Season 10, this is episode 15, and today is a very exciting day because recently I have been just indulging in the building side of Minecraft, right? I've been doing concept art, I've been using gradients, I've been using hoppers for decoration and not sorting systems. What's come over me? So today we're going to be returning back to the basics and we are going to be building a very important farm. You see, I'm in possession of a handful of permits. We've got the item frame permit, which that shop is currently sold out, and then I've got the gold farm permit, which is also that shop is also currently sold out, and then I have the iron permit, which I don't actually have a shop for or any meaningful way to get iron. In short, I'm a menace to the members of the Hermitcraft server, and I hope to change that in today's episode. We're going to start things off by getting leather. And hopefully this is the last time I have to do it the old-fashioned way, because you see, I've got a gold farm. I'm hoping to get a piglin bartering set up at some point in the near future, but for the time being, I don't have that, so it's cow killing time, and I have killed so many cows. This has been a massive slaughter of cows again. I'm actually a little bit concerned for anyone who has to go out to gather cows now on Hermitcraft, because you're gonna struggle. I think I've slaughtered basically every single cow within 1,000 blocks of Magic Mountain. This is a very big shift in attitude since Hermitcraft Season 8. But we are now fully stacked up with leather. And now I'm going through the absolutely heartbreaking process of crafting up all of the sticks for item frames. I am still baffled by how ridiculous item frames are as a crafting recipe. They are completely obscene. Two entire logs worth of sticks go into a single item frame. You must be nuts. How has this existed for so long? How has this not been rebalanced? In my personal opinion, this crafting recipe should yield 8 item frames, so you get 1 item frame, or maybe at least 2. 4. I'm saying 4. You should get 4 item frames for every item frame that you craft. The fact that you only get 1 is a travesty, and Mojang need to be stopped. Here we go. Finally, I'm restocking the item frame shop, and I can tell you now, it feels good. You do not know how many times I've gone to bed at night feeling incredibly guilty that this thing is laying here empty. Look at this. It's a beautiful sight. I actually have too many item frames. I've got a personal stash. And a personal stash. Now, I do also feel a little bit bad about the gold shop. You know, this thing looks very magnificent. It looks very grand. It looks like it would be fully stocked, but it's been out of stock for ages. I will be sorting that today as well. But the most important thing by far is iron. Iron is incredibly useful. The fact that there isn't a shop for it yet is a bit rough. And I am the only person that can make an iron shop, so it's entirely my fault. So for the first time in quite a while, let's look into some iron farms. And this design by Nembomb seems great. We've got 12 villagers here. We've got a zombie that's cycling around, making them scared. And then that is causing the iron columns to spawn. It's reliable. It's simple. It should produce enough iron for me to work with. So now we need to find a village and make a villager breeder. Now in a truly ideal world, there will be a village fairly close to my swamp. I mean, hang on. Well, this might be the ideal world. That is actually not that far away. You see, I kind of wanted to twin my iron farm and my slime farm, so when I AFK at one, I'm AFKing at the other. And we might actually have hit the jackpot here, as long as there are villagers that are still alive. Which, to be frankly honest with you, does not look to be the case. I think I'm... Oh, there's nitwits. Are they useful? Can I use them? Of course I can't, because I need the farmers. I need farmers to be able to breed the villagers, and these guys are not going to be farming. That was almost an enormous success, but sadly it has been thwarted. Right, there is my farm. Are there any villages nearby to it? I kind of thought there was one, like, here, but I was obviously imagining it. Oh, bad sign. Oh, very bad sign. Okay, this is definitely 100% had all of the villagers removed from it. Okay, it hasn't. But I fear that I would be the person removing someone else's villagers. Okay, I've had a plan. I'm going to make the villager breeder over there. I'm actually going to do this person a favor. We're going to have a villager breeder. And then when the villagers grow up, I'm going to make an ice road that sends the villagers over to here. And then over to here. And then through here. And then over there. Nice. Or should I say... ice? Ice? Oh, I think this seems like a good plan. This seems like a good plan of action. Weirdly seems like the easiest way to go about doing things. I'm not entirely sure how, but it does. Oh, I seem to have discovered a raid. I wonder if I can get these guys to go on a boat. This is the worst idea ever. Okay, I'm running away, but then I'm coming back for more. I want you all in my boat. Oh, I've actually done it. Okay, I'm going to try and get more of them in my boat. What about this guy? Okay, I've managed to pull it off. All right, now if I kill these last remaining ones, I've left the one with the banner alive. And then if I can just get this guy to use up all of the duration on his crossbow, which is probably going to take a little while, to be honest with you. Please tell me I actually have some name tags kicking around. Oh, I should mention the reason that I'm doing this is because those guys, the pillagers, are marginally better for iron farms than zombies. They have a larger scare range than zombies, which means I don't have to do that rotating zombie thing. Instead, the pillager can just stand in the middle. And given the raid was happening just there, it felt rude not to try and capture some of the pillagers. Yes, I do actually have one. And I have a bunch of iron to make an anvil. Nice. I have got my name tag. It is aptly named. Now, I do tend to be pretty stupid, but I think, as far as I remember, pillagers and things don't have the same despawning rules as other mobs. Basically, any other mob, as soon as I flew away from there, it would have despawned. I think with pillagers, they stick around. I'm flying in. Okay, they're still in their boats, and this guy is still in his boat. And now he has been named the scary guy. I've given up on the dancing around, and now I've just got a shield. Oh, that's embarrassing. What is it with me getting embarrassing advancements at the minute? Oh, yes. Finally. Okay, cool. So, he is now sorted, but there's a cat in there, which means I can't get in the boat to move our guy. Am I able? Oh, that felt terrible. Oh, that's the worst thing I've ever done. But I'm over it. Okay, now we can move this guy over to where our iron farm is going to be. This is a fun little experience, isn't it? Minecraft is an incredibly weird game. I mean, for example, this is a very good example of how weird Minecraft is. Goodness me. I'll tell you what else is weird. Iskall.
Hello! I'm very sorry that I interrupted your hold right click for 5 minutes super exciting thing of doom, but I'm excited to see you, mate.
I don't know if it's just me, but I think you sound a bit funny.
Testing. Hello! My name is Mumbo Jumbo. How are you?
Wait, hang on. You sound like you're like in bed.
Come on, man.
Do you have like an... Oh, you cheeky. Oh, no. Wait, hang on. Now you're deafening me. Now I have to turn you right down. Was that you?
Perfectly.
Is that the only reason you've asked me to come over here?
I mean, look. I'm glad to see a mustache as well, okay? Why do you have a Willis?
It's Willie's Woodyard. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Is that do you take issue with Willie's?
No. I'm a big Willis enjoyer. I mean, okay, in Sweden we have a show.
Well, that was definitely interesting. Now let's get back to business. And now that we've caught that pillager, we kind of have a key part of the iron farm all sorted, which is great. But we still don't have any of the villagers. So we need to get ourselves a villager breeder. And if you're wondering why I'm gathering up a bunch of sand, it is because I personally think it will look better if I make this thing out of glass. Even though it's probably a pretty temporary structure, I still want it to look cool. I think this should be everything that I need to make a villager breeder. I don't know why, I just always get nervous when I'm working with villagers. Like, villagers scare me, and they always have. I think it's because they always sound like they're judging me. Right, so I need a 9x9 square that these guys are going to be standing around in. By the way, this is a simple villager breeder that I think was originally designed by Raiseworks. This is the one that I've been using for a very, very long time. I hope it still works, actually. I haven't checked that. And of course, I've forgotten something. I need one lightning rod so that I don't turn all of my villagers into witches, which I have now installed. And to be honest with you, I've kind of done the rest of the villager breeder. These things are not particularly complicated. Like, you can build them fairly quickly. I just sincerely hope I've done everything correctly and I don't cause these villagers to escape and die and then well, I've potentially killed someone else's villagers. It will be a bad situation, a very bad situation. I actually don't want to talk about it, to be honest with you. I don't know why, but this has really cut through me. Oh, and if you're wondering why I'm looking through Grian's chest, it's because I'm stealing things. I didn't want anyone to get the wrong idea. I was looking for some carrots, which sadly Grian didn't have too many of, but then I found some in a community farm, so that should be the final piece of the puzzle for our villager breeder. Now let's connect up our little minecart rail to it, and now we try our best to pick up a villager. Right, we've got our minecart. Let's just push this guy along. And yes, that has gone quite well. Now, if I break this fence post, is everything going to escape? I mean, honestly, I'm not entirely sure. It seems like they are trying to. I'm incredibly nervous. Everything seems to have gone well. Somehow. This is really chaotic. Oh, this feels like this could be a disaster waiting to happen. Right, I've got another minecart. So if I place this down, it's picked up a pig. Oh gosh. Oh, this is so... Why is everything trying to get out? This is not the problem that I expected to have. Get out the way. Okay, we finally managed to get our villager through. Oh gosh. So both the villagers are up there. It seems all right. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay, cool. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, we've already got a baby. Okay. The village breeder that is creating breeding. This is very good news. That is unexpected. Now, does our baby go in the right spot? Well, it just went down there. And it is now in the holding zone. So I'm going to take that as a yes. Gosh, this will have gone remarkably well if this works first time, I can tell you that. Moment of truth will be when this baby villager grows up, if it goes into the water stream and ends up in the correct space, we will have done it. Time to drop myself into a hole and see what happens. By the look of things, we now have 2 babies. Okay, now we have 3 babies. No adults yet, though. Huh? I just heard something that sounded good, but also sounded a little bit too close for my liking. Yes! It was too close! Well, how did you get out? How did you leave? Come back! How did this happen? Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so our villager grew up in the glass. Maybe if there wasn't water there, maybe that will work. Okay. The next villager just walks straight through the wall again. So when you can't fix things, why not join them? Yeah, that's the saying. So now when the villager grows big, they should just grow up inside some of these blocks here, and then they can just walk through into this chamber. None of that worked. Of course none of that worked. But now I think I have a working design that fixes things. I guess I'll find out in the morning. I've just realized that leaving an untested farm running overnight is potentially irresponsible. I really hope we haven't ended up with a perfectly round villager. Okay, that has actually, by the looks of things, ended incredibly well. Like, it looks like we've got lots of villagers. We probably have more villagers than we actually need. Okay, yeah, quite a lot more villagers than we actually need, but that means I have plenty of opportunities to mess things up, which is excellent news. Right, let's get this ice road built, and then we can connect it up to where our iron farm is going to be. Now, the iron farm is pretty small, but it uses some slightly odd resources, so we need to do a minor resource gathering mission. I think I need about 12 beds, which I'm not actually going to craft right now. I need a bunch of slabs, a handful of chains, fence posts, a note block, and a whole bunch of other random stuff. Let's get to work on building this thing. This seems like a pretty good place to put it. Now, this is gonna wind some of you up, and to be honest with you, it winds me up a little bit, but some of you are gonna absolutely lose your minds. This iron farm has a 2x2 center, and I'm building it on top of something that has a 1x1 center. So they're going to be slightly off-center from one another, and I can already feel the tears flowing in the comment section. Swamp water is horrendous, isn't it? Like, it's such a good color. I'm so glad that it has its own color, because the bright blue definitely does not fit in with the swamps, but still. Alright, so the actual iron farm structure is now all constructed. It's wild how simple these things are. Next up, we need to go down underneath, and we need to create our iron golem killing chamber. Now, I'm a bit of a moron. There was a time where I was going to get to the pillager and then the villagers in, and then do the iron golem killing chamber last. But this farm has no off switch. That would have been dreadful. There just would have been iron golems everywhere. So I'm very glad I had a rethink on that decision. And now this setup here should work. So our iron golems fall from down there. They travel through the lava. They stand in this water. They get pushed towards the middle. burn in the lava, and then all of their items will be picked up by these hoppers and chests down underneath, which I really don't have much storage at this point in time, but I think we are now golden. I think everything is in place. Everything should be ready to rock and roll. It is now time for this guy and all of the other guys to be moved up there. So, I've built up this rather large minecart railroad, and I've put our pillager into this little pen, and I'm hoping that when I break this boat, he will pop out there. Okay, this is good. This is good. And then if I give him a nudge, because he's completely harmless, if I give this a nudge, yes, okay, that's excellent. That has gone well. Now we take our scary guy. I forgot that I'd named him that. We take our scary guy and we gently push him onto the minecart rail. He should hit the boosters and travel off into the distance. Okay, this is exciting. He has landed in the correct place. Now we break the minecart. And once again, little push. Oh, this is a tricky bit. Oh, come on. I mean, that's gotta be in. Yes. Okay, cool. Scary guy is in the scary guy spot. The hard part, or what I perceive to be the hard part, has now been completed. Right, this is definitely going to be interesting. So if I place a boat and then kind of gently nudge it towards the villagers, and then fall off the edge entirely intentionally, and then fall off the edge entirely intentionally again, we now have 2 villagers in the boat, which it's not great. It's okay. This is workable. I just need to make sure that I get another boat to catch the villager as it pops out. Does this work? Okay. Push. 1. Good. Boats. Break boats. Place boats. We've got 1 villager in the boat. 1 needs to go in 1 boat. The other one needs to go in the other boat. Please. Yes, thank you. Right. And then I'm going to drive them off. I'm going to drive them off the edge. This village. I missed my ice path. Oh, no! Oh, this couldn't be going worse. Surely I can get it right with this one. I should have seen that coming. I should have put some rails on this. Oh my goodness. This is actually quite difficult. Definitely did not think this through. Now we need to transfer him into a minecart. This process is not over. This is a slow and very long process. There we go. Minecart. And you are in. Yes. He's off. Break the minecart. And yes. Now I just need to repeat that 11 more times, and we're golden. I think it's best that I cut this up into a bit of a montage. And despite my absolutely disastrous start, I did get into the swing of things. I found a flow. I've got it down to a science. So the first thing is, do not pick up your villagers with a boat, because 2 of them will hop in, and that's always frustrating. So instead, I was picking up the villagers with a minecart, then transferring them into a boat, and then transferring them back into a minecart again when I wanted to move them up to the iron farm. But then I had an extra problem, and it was pretty comical. Yeah, it turns out the villagers, obviously, this entire iron farm runs on the villagers being scared of the pillager. I kind of forgot this, and I was dropping off the villagers, and they were freaking out and just jumping straight into the water, and unfortunately falling into the lava and dying, which isn't exactly ideal. So I'm glad we had the villager breeder running overtime, and I'm glad I had lots of spares, because eventually I worked out how to solve this by just blocking off their exits, so the only place they could run is into the correct slot. And then everything was working perfectly, and I managed to get all 12 villagers in relatively quickly. So now the iron farm is all completed. As I was constructing it, I was watching iron golems drop out the bottom of it. Everything seems to be functioning correctly. So now I'm going to give this thing a test for the next few hours while I edit up this Hermitcraft episode. But first, I'm going to give Iskall a taste of his own medicine. If you remember, earlier in the episode he came over and pretended that he had a bad mic. It was all very funny. Well, 2 can play in that game, and I'm going to warn you, I might have gone over the top with this one. This is a warning to headphones users.
Hello. How's it going? Yes. I've just made some adjustments to my microphone. I just thought I'd check that it's all working properly. How's it sounding?
I'm gonna go and take an aspirin now.
Is it sounding good? Is my gain alright? Because I'm not sure.
Ouch! No, hold on! How do I turn it down?
I'm not sure
How do I
if it's
turn it
okay. I think I have to be louder.
I just adjusted
Oh,
my
wow.
gain up to the maximum. See, look, how good does my voice sound now? This is what I should do every episode, you know? Start really bad, and then people will really appreciate when you change it.
Wait, what if I talk all the way up here?
Hey, how do I sound now? Do I sound good?
Yeah, it's better actually.
It's better. Okay, cool. How are the levels? I can't see them.
Hey, they're good. Yeah, they sound great.
Nice.
Crisp.
Wait, I might go outside. Hang on.
Oh no, don't do that. It's dangerous.
Right, let's see what the yield from my iron farm is. I've been editing for 4 or 5 hours, so that has given plenty of time for us to get a decent quantity of iron. And already I've spotted a bit of a problem. There seems to be an iron golem just hanging about, but regardless, this is very, very good news. This is incredibly precarious. I'm trying my best to knock this guy into the lava, but he is not moving. Come on. Did I get him? Yes! I think it's time that I fulfill my duties, make a tiny iron shop, and be celebrated as the most productive and best person ever in the permit office. This is looking like a pretty decent quantity of iron, and this is looking like a pretty decent little shop. I mean, forget the item frame shop, and especially forget the gold shop. I would say this is the coolest shop I've ever made in Hermitcraft history. Ironically, it will probably genuinely be the most profitable. Everything is fully stocked. The permit office has been satisfied. I've had a lot of fun today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!